Magic 107.5, 97.5, the real sound of Atlanta. Jackie Page, time to hop into a little girl talk. And sitting down at the girl talk table today from the hit Netflix series. Okay, I have Queen Charlotte herself, Golda Rosheuvel, and Lady Danbury, Adjoa Andoh. How are you ladies doing today?
Say bravo on the
good.
names,
Bravo on
Jackie.
the names, Jackie.
Listen,
Bless you, thank you.
I have to do it right because I have queens in the building, okay?
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Season 4, part 1, it's out. How does it feel?
I'm glad it's out there.
Yes.
now. We've
It's
been
like a
waiting
little
for it to-
secret we've
Yeah,
been kind of
yeah.
holding.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great it's out. It's great
Yeah,
it's out.
excited that it's out. I know everybody is just like, oh my gosh, we've been waiting for this. When you all first started this show, back during the pandemic, when it first kind of came out, did you think it was going to be as big as it's gotten?
Well, when we started, it was pre-pandemic.
Yeah, it was.
2019.
Oh, so right before the
Yeah,
right
Yeah,
before.
so we were like skipping along in
Yeah.
Happy Boo Land
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
with, woohoo, it's a Shonda Rhimes show. Woohoo, it's on Netflix.
Yeah.
Woohoo, it's best-selling series of books by
Julia
Quinn.
Yeah.
So it had all the elements that you think this is going to be great. But we didn't really know how powerful streaming was then. It's
Yeah.
like another land,
yeah.
Yeah,
if you
it
think
is.
about it.
Yeah.
7 years ago. And then we had the pandemic and we were all stuck indoors and nobody knew what was going to happen next and everybody was a bit scared. And actually, some people were really poorly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was a really frightening time. And then on Christmas Day, it's like,
Boom.
plink.
It felt, for me, it felt smaller than it ended up being, you know?
Really?
Yeah, because you're just kind of just stuck in a little bubble, filming this lovely little show. I thought about a single mum with 8 kids.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Who was trying to kind of marry them off and find love in this
Yeah.
crazy period drama genre world. But then, as Aj says, Christmas Day happened, 2020, and it went global.
And
it
it
was-
hasn't stopped.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't get my head
quite
around the numbers.
extraordinary.
It's like 82 million households.
Yeah.
That's
not even people,
Yeah.
households watched it in the first 28 days. It's like that. I can't even
Yeah.
make that sit in my head properly.
And I think the universe was aligned. We needed something like that
Yeah.
coming from, being in the
Absolutely.
pandemic. We needed something to kind of take our minds off this crazy world that we were
Yeah.
living in.
Yeah.
And I think Bridgerton does that beautifully.
And I think, that's what art can do.
Yeah.
Art can soothe the
100%.
sorrowing soul,
100%.
So I think it did. But I mean, I think the way for me that I understand how big the show is, I could be visiting my daughter in Cambodia or visiting my family in Ghana or walking down the street in Brixton, South London.
Yeah.
And everybody has seen the show.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like it's got its own life.
Yeah. Why do you think it's connected so well with people?
Because we made the embrace wide. We said, everybody, you are welcome.
Yeah.
Please come join us. Come.
I think the writing as well, and
Yeah,
it's
obviously.
a credit to Shonda Rhimes and her amazing writing skills, that she writes these characters that are accessible.
Yeah.
That people can really reach into their televisions and hold our hands.
Yeah.
And come on this journey with us. And it's a testament to her and the writers' room.
There's something really bold about Shonda that I just love.
Yeah.
That she says, people say, are you going to write a show without black characters in? And she says, why? I want to see me on the TV.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, yeah.
how many of us grew up with that? I don't know what it's like here, but certainly in England,
Yeah.
every
were not
time
represented.
we were on
We
the
weren't.
TV, the whole family would run to the screen.
Yeah.
So to be able to be those black people on the television in a show that sort of unashamedly and joyously says, here we are and we are fabulous.
And then in like the time period, kind of like you were saying, like we're not really used to hearing and or seeing black faces or just faces of all kinds. So to see that and to have that in the show,
Yeah.
it's
In a
phenomenal.
historical context as well.
Yeah.
Where we are thriving and fabulous in a way where we're not normally portrayed in that
Yes.
way. It's great to play the range of stories that are available. And the story
Absolutely.
of Queen Charlotte is a true one.
It's true.
Yeah.
She was, she had African
She
heritage.
existed. She was married to George. They had an incredible love match and had 15 children and went on to, do really amazing things for the arts, for slavery, for all of that stuff. So, yeah.
And people didn't like it at the time. There were
Yeah, they
complaints about her, her ugly thick lips
Yeah.
and her ugly wide nose and her mulatto skin and there was uproar.
Yeah.
But they loved each other.
Desperately, deeply, deeply, deeply.
Absolutely. What has been your favorite part, respectively, of playing Queen Charlotte and Lady Danbury? Queen Charlotte, I'll start with you.
Yeah, I think all of the things that we've been talking about, but I think as an artist, you want to play a whole rounded character. So I think it would have been easy to just play the glitz and the glamour and the one-liners, you know, for Charlotte, but to really pull the curtain back, especially in Queen Charlotte, a Bridgerton story, getting to meet her children and finding out her backstory, which then relates to all of the Bridgerton seasons.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And the fans can kind of look back on that and see a whole rounded character who is flawed and is vulnerable and is insecure. So for me, it's always lovely to play those little nuggets. It's amazing to play the one-liners and the glitz and the glamour and do you know what I mean? The wigs and all that.
That's a good part of it.
That's fantastic, and I'm very, very honoured to celebrate, because the people who make that stuff. The wigs and the costumes are extraordinary artists, so
Yes.
it's an honour to do that. But to have, a vulnerable side is wonderful as well to show.
Yeah, absolutely. Lady Danbury.
Oh, when I first read the sides, because you don't get a whole script, you just get the sides.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I just looked at it was a speech with her and Simon from season 1. I just read it and I went, yeah, man, I can do something with her. And what I love about what I can do with her and what Shonda has allowed, actually, and we've had conversations about it, is I want to be able to tell the story of this woman who is brought over to this country to marry an old man who she doesn't know and she doesn't love, and then has to find her way in the world and make it work for her.
Yeah.
Because I think that's a story for so many of our mothers and our grandmothers. The world is not how we want it to be, and we have to find a way to make it work for us and do it and be fabulous
Absolutely.
as well. And I love that about Danbury. I'm like, yeah, you're a grafter, girl. Get on with it.
Yeah.
So I love that about her, because I want it. The celebration thing is really important. Life is difficult, and you see them vulnerable and anxious and all those things, because the story of black women being strong black women has been told to death, and we are strong, but we are also vulnerable and anxious and scared and worried and all those things.
Yeah.
And so to be able to play 100% of us just feels respectful and lovely.
Yeah. Absolutely love it. Is there anything from your respective characters that you find yourself doing on a regular basis now that you were like, wait, I
gosh.
wasn't doing this before?
No, I can't do that. I wouldn't be allowed back in my house if I came home as Queen Charlotte. My wife would have my clothes out on the street.
She would.
She would.
Your wife
Yeah.
definitely would.
Yes, she would. No, I like to keep. I was saying to Adj the other day, I have this wonderful feeling of Lady Danbury and Queen Charlotte waiting in a room somewhere.
Yeah.
And the two of us kind of
Danbury
come in.
have a fag on the go.
Yeah,
going,
yeah.
Where are they? Where are they?
And we come and open the doors and we say, "Hey, come on, come out. You can come out now. We're gonna do some playing now. We're gonna, here's another little story." And the two of them kind of come out and we kind of morph into.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I
I kind of
put them at the moment.
I feel a bit like when Superman puts his pants on
Yes.
and his cape,
Yeah.
or Batman
Yeah.
slides into the
It
leather
really
kit.
is,
You
yeah.
kind of it takes 3 hours to get my wig on, because as you can see, I have no hair. So the amazing hair and wig team. So it's like she emerges from the wigs and then the corsets and the layers and the thing, and there's Danbury. I mean, that I do not look like Lady Danbury. So when she appears, then she's there. Yeah.
Absolutely love it. From the hit Netflix show Bridgerton, Lady Danbury, Queen Charlotte, sitting down at the Girl Talk table. Part 1 of season 4 is out.
It's
Family,
out.
make sure you
Yep.
check it out. And then part 2 of season 4 will be dropping on February the 26th.
That's right.
Any teasers that we can get for part 2 real quick?
It's gonna be great.
Okay. We believe it. Perfect. Ladies, thank you so much for sitting down at the Girl Talk table. It's magic.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Thank you.